Now we're in for the news in detail, and the Bunafo Regional Police Command has evacuated police personnel in Kwapong, a town in the region, and closed down the police station there 24 hours after rioters vandalized a police post, leaving 2 dead and many others injured. The police have confirmed 2 persons died after riots broke out, even though local journalists say they counted 4 dead bodies. The violence erupted after a young man was stabbed to death by his friend, who was subsequently arrested. The youth of the area, who demanded instant justice, vandalized a police post, for the suspect out of cells, and burnt him to ashes. The police also confirmed that the resident was hit by a stray bullet fired by one of his officers in an attempt to disperse the angry youth. The Bunafo Regional Police Commander, DCOP Maxwell Atengani, told Joy News his officers would return to the town if its inhabitants provided information that would lead to the arrest of the ringleaders. They have been.
They vandalize the police. It means that they are not interested in. They don't want police station. So I have evacuated all my men because I cannot allow them to stay in a lion's den. So with permission from my bosses, I have to evacuate them. So we are taking the policemen away from the town, and then the police station is closed down. And this is not their first time. They have done that before and even shot and killed even a policeman. They did that before. Vandalized the police station. It was closed down for so many years. They went and begged, and the police came back. And they have done it again. So I can say they are gained notoriety in the vandalization of police stations. And so we have taken our men away. We have taken some efforts to get those people arrested. They have dashed into the bush, but we will fish out for them. Then they must remain in the bush. But one of them, who was actively involved, we have him. He sustained gunshot. So he is at the hospital, and we have placed guard on him. He was actively involved, and we will make sure we start from there. And the others, we shall look for them and arrest them.
Meanwhile, there have been concerns raised about the recent spate of violence in the region, and the police in the area say they are working hard to restore calm. DCOP Maxwell Atengani said 4 more people were picked up Saturday night in connection with Wednesday's gunfire exchanges in Chobodom.
In fact, the whole town is saturated with security personnel, and we are also aware that the 5 people who went and fired into the people, 3 of them are in custody now. Yesterday, during our foot and then mobile patrols, we were able to pick 4 persons. They are Amadou Shalafu, Opoku Thomas, Richard Amponsa, and Enoch Owusu. And search in Amadou Shalafu's house led to the discovery of 1 locally manufactured shotgun and 4 BB cartridges. At the moment, they are in custody, and then we are interrogating them. We know their involvement in the matter. We are holding 7 people now, both day and night patrols. We have foot patrols too, walking inside this community, at the corners and all over. And we have also mounted barricades at all entry points into the town.
Some children of school-going age at Aigwe, a community in the Trefohimang Lower Denchra district of the Central Region, continue to stay at home because there are no schools in the area. The chiefs and people are currently appealing to government to help fulfill the dreams of their children by constructing facilities for them to get educated. And we have correspondent Richard Kwejo Nyakon filing the next report.
It is the desire of every community to have its children go through school, but the Ayeje community in the Trefohimang Lower Denchra district of the Central Region is unlucky in terms of benefiting from the right to education. The community of about 300 people has no access to health care as well as other social amenities. The nearest school and health facilities are about 7 kilometers away. Children who desire to go to school have to walk every morning to the nearest school at Jukwa Mfum and walk back after classes. Pregnant women and the sick suffer most in cases of emergencies, as they have to be carried by strong men in the community to the nearest health post, 7 kilometers away. Some, unfortunately, die in the process. Chief of the community, Nana Edujan, wants government to do something about their plight, especially to improve access to education for their children.
We are
trying to build a school for the community, at least from KG to class 3, but we need support from government. There's a private school in the community that decided to provide transport for the children by picking them up to school, but due to the poor nature of the roads, they no longer come for the children.
It was all joy as the first concrete building in the area, constructed by Pro World Ghana to serve as a community, was handed over to the people. Country director of the NGO expressed happiness about completion of the community center.
Our mission is to help empower communities, and we work with interns and university groups to do that. We wanted to extend our reach to the rural areas of the central region as we are based in Cape Coast. One of our former participants was an intern at a partnering NGO, and she informed us of this community. What's really touched me about this community is how hardworking and how welcoming they were to us, and also they have a vision to better the community themselves.
Director of the Social Welfare Department, Felicia Ankwa, touched on the plight of the residents of the community, assuring them she'll do everything necessary to capture them as beneficiaries of the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty Program LEAP.
The Department of Social Welfare should try and then include our community, because their buildings, everything, their livelihood is very, very poor. So we would advocate that they are included in the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty so that they leap out of.
So reports coming from the Idre community in the central region. We have to go to the Volta region, where construction works on the School of Basic and Biomedical Sciences of the University of Health and Allied Sciences have been completed. And the school is situated at the permanent site of the University at Ho in the Volta region. And contractor Shinan Yangjuan Company, they have handed over the campus to the Volta Regional Coordinating Council.
The Volta Regional Minister, Helen Adjuan Toso, congratulated the construction firm for doing an excellent job and completing the work on schedule. She entreated those who had doubts about the project to go see things for themselves.
I know that there are a few doubting Thomases out there who every now and then go on the airwaves to say that there's nothing happening, that it's just a small place. But today you have all witnessed the handing over of this project. It has been completed on schedule, and the good news is that President will be coming very soon to commission this project. I know in some few days to come, His Excellency will be here to officially commission this project. And the students will be moving here by the 29th of this month. So if they are still in doubt, they can take a jolly ride to the Volta Regional Capital Hall to come and see the magnificent buildings that this wonderful contractor has put up here.
Pro-Vice Chancellor of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, Professor Edwin Redu, was delighted at the completion of the edifice, which he believes would help achieve desirable results in training of prospective health professionals. He, however, pleaded with government to commence construction of other faculties. Construction works on a multi-purpose auditorium by Fair Sky Limited and funded by the Bank of Ghana is steadily ongoing. A 4-unit semi-detached lecturers bungalow and 20 students capacity hostel have also been completed. However, access roads to the campus being constructed by UCIA Company is still under construction with very little work done. The University of Health and Allied Sciences is one of the twin public universities established by the late President John Evans Atta Mills in 2012. Fred Kwame Asaris reports for Joy News.
The President, John Dramani Mahama, has reiterated his commitment to ensure the ongoing power crisis being encountered in the country is addressed for good. Well, speaking at the 20th GJA Award ceremony over the weekend, he said various measures were being put in place to ensure that the crisis ends once and for all.
I personally wish to express my sincerest thanks to the people of Ghana for not only bearing with the situation, but even taking the opportunity to have a sense of humor in some of our darkest hours of our power sector today. I can assure you that the power sector is still #1 on my agenda as president, and I still get a daily brief on the developments we are pursuing to resolve this challenge. The power shortage has not been a very comfortable situation for our people, and yet despite the discomfort, I am touched at the fortitude and love of our people and love that our people have continued to show during this crisis. I wish to thank the many ordinary Ghanaians who walk up to me and encourage me to do all I can to resolve the crisis. I have burned in my memory images of a photo I saw on WhatsApp of young children doing their homework on the pavement in front of a bank that obviously must have had a generator working. I owe it to those children that we fix this problem as soon as possible. I owe it also to the many Ghanaians who have made suggestions to me and continue to urge me to resolve the power supply deficit.
Well, speaking at the GJA Award ceremony over the weekend, Ghana's President John Dramani Mahama will also remain on the power sector as a former Chief Executive Officer of the Volta River Authority. Kwekwa Watri is questioning tariffs approved by the Public Utility Regulatory Commission, the PURC, for the public, especially that of electricity. According to him, it is practically impossible for the VRA to operate efficiently while the PURC continues to underprice electricity in the country. Kwekwa Watri indicated the VRA could better execute its mandate in producing sufficient power for Ghana if its costs of production are recovered.
How does the Volta River Authority produce sufficient power for this country when its regulator, the PURC, that approves electricity tariffs, are pegged at about 1/3 of what it costs to run VRA's thermal plants? Even now, when a barrel of crude oil costs less than $50, how does the VRA supply the whole country when it cannot even cover its operating costs? And is that the reason why earlier this year a ship bringing crude oil to VRA sat on the high seas for almost 2 months? Because neither the VRA nor the government of Ghana could afford to open the necessary letters of credit for that parcel of crude oil to be discharged, causing anywhere between 100 to 200 megawatts of load shedding for that 2-month period, because some thermal plants did not have the fuel stocks with which to operate? Or why, as recently reported, the VRA owes WAPCO, the West African Gas Pipeline Company, over $80 million, and NGAS and NGC, the Nigerian gas company, an almost equivalent amount. And that Ghana is in danger, as we read in the paper, of having its gas supply cut off for non-payment of its bills? Could it be, let's think about it, that the low electricity tariffs that the PURC approves is actually the reason why the Volta Lake is so low right now? Why the VRA has overdrafted the Volta Lake knowing that it shouldn't, but feeling that there were no other resources to draw upon, that there was no money to run its thermal operations, further putting the entire nation at risk?
And that's it for the news for the morning. Next, we'll bring to you what the stories are on the front and back pages of the newspapers as summarized on the news portal, myjoyonline.com, and also take a look at various reports as captured on various news websites across the country. Do stay on.